Okay, here we are with Asphalt 7 Heat. You'll know the Gameloft creation fairly well. As you can see, the frame rate for Asphalt 7 is okay. I've taken it off accelerometer just to make this a little bit easier for you guys to kind of see, but also for me to actually be able to play. It's quite difficult to tilt the game whilst you're playing. I don't personally find the accelerometer is all that accurate in this game, you know, compared to games like Real Racing 2. I also think this isn't the best example of a racing game on the Galaxy S3. Real Racing 2 just seems to be a bit smoother, a bit better looking, better textures, etc. This has got really nice lighting going on, bloom, etc. And high dynamic range, but you know, the textures just look weak. And look at that pop-up in the distance. It just feels like a game that could have been, you see the frame rate starting to really struggle there as you go around the corners. It just feels like a game that's just not been well optimised. Certainly this is yet another Gameloft title that isn't using the S3 to its full extent. Just like Batman and Spider-Man before it. You know, it just feels like this game engine of Gameloft's is about done. They really need to move on now. My recommendation, guys, why don't you just buy a license for Unity, or push ahead and get your own Unreal Engine out the door. At the moment, I have to say, this is not a great example of a game. You know, I suppose from our perspective, it's 69p on the App Store, Play Store should I say. So, you know, it's not exactly a bank breaker, but even so, it's not the killer title for the S3. You can see there, the frame rate's just struggling along. And for a game with such poor textures as well, just feels like they badly optimised it. Gameplay-wise, it's fun. Do you know what I mean? Other than the slowdown and these sort of 20 frames per second dips that you get from time to time, the game is fun. But it's a bit limited. Do you know what I mean? The old adage of get in front, stay in front pretty much works here. Once you're in front, unless you crash into something, you're going to win the race. Easy as that. The AI doesn't really put up much of a fight or a challenge, and it doesn't really seem to be able to you know, give me a run for my money particularly. Although admittedly I've only done the first 4 or 5 races so far. You can see there as you boost up your NOS. Interesting thing is, the faster the car goes, the better the frame rate seems to get. So I don't know whether they've just got a really bad bit of optimization going on. But I've noticed certainly the faster the car goes, or appears to go anyway, the smoother the frame rate gets. Weird. You can see there as you come around this corner, much smoother than some of the others. Loads of cars to unlock, loads of upgrades for every single car, boosts your NOS, handling and things like that. You see there. It seems to be on this corner here, it has a bit of a frame rate dip each and every time. It's not the worst game I've ever played. But if they were trying to charge like $4.99 for it, I'd be saying avoid. At 69p, well worth it. You know, good bit of fun. In-app purchases are there, joy of joys. When will companies learn that if they're charging for a game, really the in-app purchases should be a given, or at very least give us a big bundle to start with, you know? Thank you for buying our game. And actually forking out money and not just stealing it. Here's a little prize pack. But no, so you get to pay 69p, and then there's in-app purchases if you want to buy more gold, etc., or faster car boosts, or a better car, quicker, etc. You know, your standard pay-to-win junk. Asphalt 7, not a bad game. You know, you're going to have fun with it. You're probably going to get a bit annoyed at the frame rate. I know I do. Whoa! Oh! That's what happens if you crash. How many laps are you forcing me to do? Must be nearly over by now. There it is. Let's boost the line. First, that's Asphalt 7.